schedule was released. We have lots of things circled in our calendars, thrilling matchups we can finally get excited for and buy tickets for at NFL.com/tickets. There's so much drama in these little pockets, these little 3.5-hour pockets every week that we'll have to chew on, and they kind of remind us of Hollywood blockbusters. Big movies, big budgets, lots of drama. So we thought we could make some movie trailer vibes to get everybody at the table and everybody watching at home even more hyped. Let's see what the first marquee matchup is.
Their first battle was unforgettable.
The ball is out, was recovered by Houston. A strip sack.
Their second meeting was legendary.
Delivers downfield. Catch made. McCall Hardman.
Their third matchup was less exciting.
Oh, big fella, Eric Fisher.
This season, they're going head-to-head again. He's trying to get over losing in the big game. He's trying to prove he can win a big game. Don't miss the epic action fest people are calling a fourth installment better than Batman and Robin. It's the fourth former MVP fight you have to see to believe. This fall, 4 face-offs, 2 QBs, 1 winner. It's Super Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
I like that. Well done. Well done.
We've not seen those before.
4 face-offs, 2 quarterbacks,
Yeah.
One
winner.
Yeah.
I love that. It says better than Batman and Robin.
Yeah, which
was a classic. George Clooney won? Or the Val Kilmer?
Alicia Silverstone.
So they have faced each other 4 times. Chiefs have come away with the win every time so far. That's sort of bananas. What are you most excited in round 4 of this matchup?
I want to see what Lamar Jackson is going to do. You know, at the end of the season, he got really hot, and we kind of gave him a pass because the Ravens went through a lot. They had the COVID situation. Can he start off the season off strong? We forget this dude is our former unanimous MVP. What if he's going for that title again? We know he can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
What if he wants to be the MVP and win a Super Bowl?
I love that it's week 2. It's like, all right, let's get right into it. Let's do it. You play the Raiders on a Monday night, and now you're going to play Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Ravens are in a lot of big games early on the schedule, like primetime games and major window games. I think the NFL's banking on the Ravens to be good, and I think the Ravens fans are banking on Lamar to finally beat Mahomes. They're at home. Go get it done.
Can the Ravens win this game?
Yeah.
We need you.
We want it to happen.
We unapologetically want it to happen. Sorry, Kansas City, I love you. We need the Ravens to win. If they lose, it's like, well, they lost again, rest of the season. But if they win, then we got something. We got a rivalry. Fresh legs, early in the season, warm weather, run all over. Can you win this game? Like, help us out. We'll help you. You help us out. Win this game.
It's so true. They do have 5 primetime games apiece, both of these teams, and we'll see how it shakes out there in week 2. All right, time for another marquee matchup, Hollywood style.
All right.
Action.
What do we got?
At the start of the millennium, a team rose to power.
Well, New England, you have the best football team in the world right now. The Super Bowl champion, New England Patriots.
Their reign raged on for decades. But then, their most powerful warrior left them all behind.
Former Patriots quarterback Tom Brady has an agreement in principle to join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as their new quarterback.
This fall, he returns home. From the studio that brought you Raiders of the Lost Spark and Chronicles of Lamania, comes the reunion you've been waiting for. No sleeves, no strawberries, no mercy. Get ready for the Lords of the Ring, the 2 powers.
Strawberries.
No sleeves, no strawberries.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
The prodigal son finally makes his return to New England. It's the Bucs and the Patriots. It is week 4. It's the question we're all asking. Now we have the answer. So, Nate, what do you think we get out of this highly anticipated, highly Hollywoodified matchup?
Patriots are going to win this game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right now.
You got fired up from that, huh?
Yeah. No, I said it last week. Remember, I do feel like this is going to be Bill Belichick looking at Tom Brady saying last year was great. Congratulations. But this year, I remind you what you were when you left and why we started a dynasty. I feel like the Patriots aren't done, and they're getting looked over.
Okay.
We're going to have the schedule makers on later in the show, Mike North and Charlotte Clement. We're going to talk to them, and we're going to get them to give us their opinions on why they went Week 4 and also why NBC gets it. And I'm fascinated for the answer, but I think Week 4 protects us. It gives us a better chance of definitely having all the key players out there and all the key figures. And it's not just Brady, but I want to see Gronk and Hightower and McCourty and all the big names being at the thing. In Week 4, we get it right out of the gates. We're in September.
Otherwise, the Gronk returning to Foxborough thing would be a huge story in what we do if Brady didn't exist. I just think it's fascinating that the entire week leading up to it, there's going to be meetings between Belichick, McDaniels, and Matt Patricia, who's back, and his title is assistant to the head coach. Not assistant head coach, assistant to the head coach. Just sitting around being like, let's use everything we know about Tommy against him. It's an incredible mind meld right there, and it's all Week 4. It's great.
I love it, and I think you'll be intrigued to know that if Brady does, in fact, beat the Patriots, he will join that very rare air special club that should have that patch of quarterbacks like Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, and Drew Brees as the only quarterbacks to beat all 32 teams.
It's the best. We've long said there should be a 32 patch if you've done that. It's incredible. I'm dead serious.
You've said it, and I agree. I'm co-signing that one. Send it to Roger's desk for approval. Okay, let's keep the trailers coming. Here's the next marquee matchup coming to a football field near you.
He was a veteran star trying to find glory in Detroit. He was a young upstart making his mark in LA. Then one day, everything changed.
A blockbuster deal has just gone down between the Rams and the Lions that will send Matthew Stafford to the Rams in exchange for 2 first-rounders, a 3rd-rounder, and Jared Goff.
From the team who brought you TB12 going on 43 and Groot Where's My Car comes a fun-filled football romp that'll make you say, wait, he plays for that team now? This fall, don't miss the comedy critics are calling the football version of Trading Places You Never Needed. Starring Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, it's Freaky Sunday.
Love it.
Sunday.
Love it. Freaky Sunday.
Under center and out
That
of
is
control.
the work, and the vocal stylings of our very own David Ziplo here.
best.
Great job on that. So fun. We haven't seen those yet, so that was really quite a treat there. And it is, guys, a double revenge game. Stafford and Goff both taking on their former team. I talked about this leading up to the schedule reveal. What are we most excited for, though, in this matchup, Nate?
I'm excited to see what Jared Goff does.
Yeah?
I know what Matt Stafford's made of. I played with him.
Yep.
I've been praising him since I left the game. I feel like we disregarded and disrespected what Jared Goff has done in this league. You know, he gets traded, and I guess that's like saying we don't need you anymore. We forget that he was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC West. We forget that he took his team to a Super Bowl. Like, it's funny how it's all good until it's all bad. So I feel like Jared Goff is going to show up with something to prove, for sure.
I want to see not only what Goff does and not only what Stafford does, I want to see what McVay has in the bag, because I think this is one that he's going to be looked at very closely and saying, okay, if Goff comes in and lights you up for 350 and 3 touchdowns, are we sure we made the right move? I would expect that the entire bag will be emptied by the offense on the LA Rams. And
That's awesome.
Stafford was on yesterday. He was with the schedule release show, and they asked him about this game, and he deflected. He was like, oh, it's going to be great. I'm sure Stafford wants to beat Detroit as well.
I just want to say David Ziplo's name again. That's our producer.
That's
He's the guy
nice.
doing the voice. Not Diplo, Ziplo. He likes voiceovers as much as you like reply alls. Is this the biggest game of Matt Stafford's career? I mean that. He's been in a few playoff games, or maybe the most important. To your point, Peter, you have to win this game.
Yeah.
You have to win this game because there's larger things at play than just this is Los Angeles. This is the Rams, rebranding themselves. This is your classic recast of the leading man.
Yeah.
And imagine if Eric Stoltz came back and just flipped the table on Michael J. Fox and got the last laugh. You never should have changed me to begin with. You can't let Goff walk in and beat you. Matt Stafford has not been in a bunch of big games. I think this is, in a way, the most important one he's ever played, which is another segment altogether.
Do you think it means more to him than it does to Goff? Because I think everything that Nate said, Goff's saying, people forget, we forget. I bet he's saying the Rams forget I was their quarterback that did all of this and was at the Super Bowl with them. And I think he's got, that to sort of put on them a little bit more.
I do too.
Yeah.
And that's much expected of the Lions, I thought Stoltz had good chemistry with Lorena. You can see the scenes on YouTube. I don't know why he was fired. But Goff, again, he's got a lot to prove too.
Stafford v. Goff, one of 15, by the way, 15 matchups between quarterbacks taken #1 overall this season. Pretty cool.